let's talk about the macro market a little bit. What are your thoughts on the tech and growth stocks?
The market in general has like all boats have fallen. But now I think the market is kind of reassessing who are going to be the winners and losers. So I think you're going to see potentially a good amount of upside from here.
And the macro markets are very hard to understand and predict. There's so many variables. In terms of like Tesla and Elon, moving on to kind of specific companies, one thing that's interesting is there's a Starship presentation. I believe it's Thursday.
Raptor's been the biggest kind of issue for them.
I know one interesting comparison between Rocket Lab's, Archimedes engine they're developing for the Neutron and the Raptor. The Raptor engine has to be at like maximum power in order to lift this maximum amount of freight into space that the Starship is built to carry, and so you have to like get the most out of every Raptor engine to really get it to work right, whereas Archimedes, that engine with the Neutron, they're building it in a way that they feel is more sustainable, where the engine isn't going to have to be to max, utilization. I think Elon was so focused on Starship for a while there. He always seems to have like a really top priority. And now he seems to be kind of focusing more attention on the Tesla bot. You brought up an interesting tweet about the leases.
In 2019, Tesla introduced the lease on the Model 3. And typically with the lease, you give the owner the option to just buy the car outright at the end of the year. Tesla explicitly denied that capability. So they will get ownership of all the leased vehicles that it has ever produced at the end of their life. This is important for the Model 3. In Q2 of this year is the first time that those initially leased Model 3s will be kind of coming back into Tesla's hands. If the actual value that Tesla can, monetize is like, $50,000 or something like that, which is slightly lower than the average used Model 3 price right now, then there's potential for like a $20,000 to $25,000 gain on each of those vehicles that they sell. In the context of like billions of dollars of earnings, it's not a huge deal, but it's just kind of another one of those, drip of profitability that Tesla has. And it's
one thing I wanted to mention is Roblox. The short report to me was about like pedophiles on Roblox. Roblox has a very good working relationship with the FBI and other international agencies. And it's really a question of the internet and kids. It's not a question of Roblox and kids. No matter what your kids go on the internet that has interaction with people they don't know in real life, there's this danger. If anything, Roblox is the safest place for kids to be interacting in my view, because they have these incredible safeguards in place. I think in like 3 to 5 years, they'll have so much cash. They'll be printing so much cash, especially with full self-driving by that time.
It's important to keep in mind there's that value-added tax. So cars that are produced in a foreign country, have a big value-added tax which is applied to them. So I think that's going to be one of the benefits of having the production localized in Germany. Once they get that up and running, they'll be able to kind of avoid that huge VAT tax.
Snapchat with augmented reality, I feel like has a chance to kind of breach that. We'll see if its competitors, whether it's Instagram or TikTok or others, kind of have some similar camera augmented reality capabilities they put out.
If you go back to Autonomy Day, and I think that was 2019, it's like exactly what they said back then. Now FSD looks like it's kind of poised to potentially be that kind of meaningful financial catalyst that they were talking about back in 2019. We've seen in the past kind of like step changes in profitability as they increase production, and we've known for a while that there's going to be gross margin pressure when you launch Austin and Berlin. So I think it's reasonable to take your kind of core manufacturing margin down for the next couple of quarters. I'm looking at $2.62 right now for Q1. Obviously, it's really early. It seems like it would be a stretch for me to say that they get to like $3 in earnings per share in Q4, given everything that they have going on. Or sorry, in Q1, given everything that they have going on right now.